There is nothing worse than stating facts and showing evidence in a discussion, only for the other person to completely ignore it and become even more sure in their wrong opinion. That happens because you trigger a psychological bias, the so-called backfire effect. To change someone's mind, you need to bypass this effect. And here is how. The backfire effect is a cognitive bias where presenting someone with information that contradicts the deeply held beliefs doesn't open their mind, it triggers the opposite. The brain's defense mechanism kicks in, doubling down on the original belief to reduce cognitive dissonance and protect identity. Neurologically, this is survival wiring. Challenging core beliefs feels like a threat, so the brain reacts with increased certainty, not doubt. This bias explains why debates, politics, or personal arguments often escalate instead of resolve. If you want to change someone's mind, never tell someone they're wrong. Instead, plant subtle doubts, use stories or examples they can relate to, and link your perspective to things they already believe, to their already existing identity. Always appear to be on their side, and for yourself, every time you react emotionally to something that challenges your belief, be aware that it might actually be facts the backfire effect wants to protect you from. When someone cuts you off in traffic, you think they're an asshole. But when you do it, you are just in a hurry. This invisible bias ruins relationships, kills empathy, and makes you worse at understanding people. It's called the Fundamental Attribution Error, and you're making it every day without knowing it. The Fundamental Attribution Error is your brain's tendency to explain other people's actions by their personality, but your own actions by the situation. When someone else fails, they're lazy. When you fail, it's because the circumstances were hard. Neurologically, this is a shortcut. The brain craves coherence, and it's easier to label someone as rude than to consider their boss just screamed at them or that they're rushing to the hospital. The bias comes from our limited access. We know our own backstory and intentions, but we only see other people's actions. So we assume character instead of context. So, next time someone messes up, pause and ask, what else could be going on? And don't just excuse your own behavior as situational. Take responsibility. This way you not only give you the chance to improve your own flaws, but also get a way more peaceful life and way better relationships with less conflicts. There is one thing everyone is addicted to, and no one is interested in you, because you are the complete opposite, and the secret is a secret. Secrets create a psychological imbalance. The brain hates unfinished information that tension activates our reward system, specifically, the dopaminergic circuits responsible for anticipation. Secrets feel like puzzles and puzzles demand resolution. That's why people are drawn to conspiracy theories, cliffhangers and confidential leaks. The illusion of hidden knowledge creates perceived value. The less accessible something is, the more our mind inflates its importance. Our attention is not drawn to what matters most, but to what feels just out of reach. To what demands a little bit more attention, a little bit more effort and a little bit more energy. It makes us invest, and we instinctively start to like the things we invested. What most people do wrong is oversharing. They're completely transparent. When there's nothing left to discover about you, when you leave no space for others to wonder or imagine, you simply stop existing in their minds. Without that curiosity, you generate neither attraction nor interest. That's why you shouldn't reveal everything and leave room for interpretation. But don't overdo it, because the biggest creep is the one who tries to be mysterious at all costs.